There was a point in my life where I was driving DoorDash and Lyft and a plethora of other gig economy apps for years, just trying to survive, trying to keep moving, trying to make something shake in a system that was never truly built for people like me. Then I got into a car accident. And while I was already dealing with real pressure, real instability, real and trying to climb into tech, corporate America did what it usually does when it thinks you're replaceable. It pushed, it pressured, and it underestimated me. That was the mistake. Because while they thought they were dealing with just another worker they could burn out and throw away, what they actually had in their hands was an engineer who was about to teach himself how to build systems powerful enough to make the middleman irrelevant. This is the story of how I went from DoorDash to Web3, from surviving inside broken systems to building new ones. For around 8 years, I was in that gig economy grind, driving, delivering, watching how the machine really works from the bottom, watching who gets squeezed, watching who carries the actual risk, watching how platforms take the upside while workers absorb the chaos. That experience taught me something most executives will never understand. The person closest to the pain usually understands the business better than the people making slides about it. When you drive those routes long enough, you stop seeing it as just work. You start seeing logistics. You start seeing inefficiency. You start seeing broken incentives. You start seeing software gaps. And that's where the engineer in me was already waking up, even before the title caught up. Then the car accident happened. That kind of thing forces clarity on you fast because now every weakness in your life gets exposed all at once. Income risks, physical stress, mental pressure, uncertainty. And instead of stability from the systems that claim they value talent, I got the opposite. When I got into corporate tech, I saw the same thing wearing a different outfit, different language, same structure. You're useful until you're inconvenient. You're valuable until you push back. You're respected until the machine decides you're too human. At CVS, I dealt with pressure that made one thing crystal clear to me. Corporations love saying people matter, but the second you stop fitting cleanly into the machine, they start managing you like a problem. That lit a fire in me. Not the fake motivation kind, the dangerous kind. The kind that makes you stop asking for permission and start building exits. So I did what a lot of people talk about, but never actually do. I taught myself aggressively. Cloud, full stack engineering, automation, AI systems, blockchain, smart contracts, infrastructure, applied product design. And I didn't learn it like a tourist. I learned it like somebody whose life actually depended on understanding systems. I worked across React, Angular, Java, Spring Boot, Python, Solidity, Terraform, Azure, AWS, and blockchain stacks across Solana, BSC, and Tron. I've worked on cloud migrations, internal tools, automation, dApps, bots, and production systems across healthcare, finance, and Web3 environments. That matters because this isn't some fantasy rebrand where somebody watched a few YouTube videos and started calling themselves a founder. I put in real work, real systems, real shipping. And once you understand both sides of the machine, the exploited worker side and the engineering side, you stop thinking small. You stop saying, how do I get hired? And you start asking, how do I build infrastructure that makes this whole layer optional? Here's what corporate leadership keeps getting wrong. They think talent is a resume bullet. They think engineers are interchangeable. They think pressure creates loyalty. They think gatekeeping still works. It doesn't. Because now the tools are different. Once one determined engineer with AI can move like a small company. One builder with automation can eliminate weeks of manual work. One founder with agents, APIs, and crypto rails can create an entirely new economic lane without asking a gatekeeper for access. That's the shift. The old system trained people to beg for opportunity. The new system rewards people who can manufacture it. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. Not just building apps, but leverage, building workflows, building ownership, building systems that let normal people operate with more power than institutions expect. Let me show you what that actually means. When I say I'm building outside the traditional middleman economy, I'm talking about combining five things. Number one, AI. AI is the force multiplier, not for making cute little demos, for compressing labor, research summaries, code generation, testing support, documentation, outreach assistance, workflow orchestration. The point is not to talk to AI, the point is to use it to reduce the number of humans required to move a business from idea to execution. Number two, agents and automation. This is where it gets serious. An AI model by itself is just intelligence on standby. An agent with tools becomes labor. Now you can connect systems, lead comes in, CRM updates, proposal drafts, follow up triggers, data gets logged, task gets routed, reports get generated. That's not theory. That's the direction I'm building in already. Reusable systems, action layers, memory workflows, and agentic infrastructure instead of one off apps. Number three, crypto rails. Crypto matters when it stops being cosplay and starts being infrastructure. Payments, wallet logic, treasury movement, on chain proof, global coordination, ownership without traditional bottlenecks. I've already built across blockchain systems, token tools, NFT flows, bots, and multi chain infrastructure. The real opportunity is not hype, it's programmable value. Web3 ownership logic. Web2 made users the product. Web3 opens the door for users, builders, and communities to actually own part of the system they help create. That changes incentives, and when the incentives change, business models change. Productized autonomy. This is the real end game, not freelancing forever, not consulting forever. Systems, templates, products, engines, operating layers. I'm not interested in staying stuck in survival mode, selling hours. I'm interested in building machines that keep working after the call ends. A lot of people in tech talk about disruption like it's abstract. For me, it's very personal. I know what it feels to be on the labor side of a platform. I know what it feels like to carry the wear and tear while somebody else captures the margin. I know what it feels like to enter corporate spaces and realize you're still one bad quarter away from being treated like a line item. So when I build, I'm not building from theory. I'm building from lived pain and technical understanding. That's why I care about automation for workers. That's why I care about better systems for founders. That's why I care about local business infrastructure. That's why I care about tools that collapse gatekeeping. Because once you've seen how the machine chews people up, you stop romanticizing it. You start replacing parts. Corporate America didn't lose me because I wasn't valuable enough. It lost me because it didn't know what it was looking at. It saw a worker. It saw a contractor. It saw somebody under pressure. It saw somebody it thought would stay dependent. It did not see the engineer. It did not see the systems thinker. It did not see the builder who would learn cloud, AI, blockchain, automation, and the product strategy, then combine all of it into a new lane. That's the blindness of old institutions. They only know how to measure value inside the box they control, but the future is being built by people who could step outside the box entirely. And that's where I'm at now, not asking to be let in, building what comes next. So, yeah, from DoorDash to Web3, from exploitation to ownership, from being treated like I was disposable to building systems with compounding value. And the truth is, the story is bigger than me because there are a lot of people sitting inside broken systems right now who are far more powerful than they've been told. They don't need more motivation, they need tools, they need strategy, they need proof, they need execution. That's what I'm building. If you're a founder, engineer, operator, or someone trying to build your way out of dependency, pay attention because the next economy is not going to be owned by the people with the prettiest titles. It's going to be owned by the people who know how to turn pain into systems, and I'm just getting started.